Hey, what's up guys? This is Marseille, aka the Property Pastor, doing a quick walkthrough video on the latest rehab project that we just finished up here in Hampton. This is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. We did a lot of work on the outside, a lot of work on the inside. Basic scope of work. You see here we've painted the brick, put new shutters, new mailbox lighting, nice fresh bed of mulch, did some landscaping, put gutters in. And then on the inside, we put a brand new HVAC system into the house, new flooring throughout, overhaul the whole kitchen. The kitchen looks really great. You're gonna see it here in a second. New carpet in the bedrooms. Just a nice project overall. So I want to give you guys a quick rundown, let you know how it all turned out, and at the end I'll kind of run over the numbers as well. So let's go take a look. All right, so let's talk numbers for a second. So on this property, I used a hard money lender. Purchase price was $85,000. I put about 25 grand into the rehab perspective of it. So all in, that put me at, what is that, a 110 all in price. When we came down to the ARV value, though, it was only 150K ARV. So when it all came down to it, after I paid closing costs, after I paid commissions, realtor fees, all that kind of stuff, I wasn't going to pass the 65% rule. So it's important that whenever you buy a property, you have multiple exit strategies. So what I'm going to actually do with this particular property is I am going to sell it to a tenant buyer. As a matter of fact, I'm making this video while I'm waiting on a tenant buyer to come to actually show up. Now, the benefit of having a tenant buyer is that I become the bank. So what I'll end up doing is putting a note on the underlying house. And when I put a note on the underlying house, that will pay off my hard money lender, take care of all my rehab. But then I'm going to go and put a second note, or basically a wraparound note, with my tenant buyer. So the tenant buyer will pay me, and then I will go and pay the bank once I refinance it. So I'll refinance, pay out, all of my underlying loans, then put a refi loan on it, low interest rate, long-term financing, and then I'm going to put a tenant buyer to then pay me. Now, where I make my money is on the spread. So when you calculate those numbers out, I'm going to make about an additional $300 a month in cash flow, in positive cash flow. I'm going to collect about a $10,000 down payment. So when I collect that down payment, that money goes into my pocket, and then my tenant is going to pay my underlying note every single month. Now, the beauty of this kind of model is that I don't have to have a landlord. I'm not a landlord because I have a tenant buyer. They're going to take much better care of the house. They're going to be responsible for their own maintenance. I'm not going to get calls in the middle of the night for toilet issues and things like that. They're responsible for their own maintenance. So, in their monthly fee, that's basically going to take care of the taxes, the insurance, and my mortgage, and then I get to keep what we call the spread. So with it, this property didn't quite fit under a good candidate for a flip, but it is a good candidate to kind of get a little bit of both, right? So I go ahead and get a down payment, then I get the monthly cash flow, and I get to keep the asset for the next 30 years. So I think all in all, still a good project. So I think at the end of the day, right, it's, sometimes you look at it, you can only flip, you can only burr, but there are also a whole lot of other tools out there. So I'm using another tool basically called a wraparound mortgage on this particular property. And it's a great way, that you can turn a property that may not have the cash flow that you want. You can kind of eliminate some of your headache as a landlord, but then on top of it, you can go back in and get you some good cash flow each and every month. So that's what we'll be doing with this property. I thought this probably was one of the nicer projects that we've done. My contractor did a really good job, but on the downside, it took a really long time. And one of the things that I found out on the what I should have done with the project was I should have put in some late clauses, and what we were able to do at the end of it was, because I had so many more months, the project was supposed to take about 2 months. Well, it took 4.5. Now, general rule of thumb is that projects are going to take twice as long, cost twice as much. But in this instance, it took me even more than twice as long. So I did go back to the contractor and negotiated, a credit or a discount on the final price once we settled up. But I did get some of that money back on that side, but definitely not what I would have got with the delay. All right, so here's the inside of the property. Again, it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. This is kind of the living room area. So you can see we did some brand new flooring in here. Did the luxury vinyl plank flooring all throughout. I use that in a lot of my properties. It's a very durable product, looks really good. Put a nice coat of paint in here. New ceiling fans, mini blinds. Pretty much just overhauled the whole inside of the house. So one thing we did do with this property that I did decide to do was put a new central heating and air system in here. You can see there's a thermostat on that. So the buyer is going to have a brand new heating and air system. Probably the nicest part about this property though is the kitchen. So you see here the kitchen I did go ahead and put nice cabinetry in. The hardware is nice, stainless steel appliances. Put the granite countertops in. You see the dishwasher, the stove, microwave, got a vented out to the outside, and a nice sink as well. The backsplash is a really nice touch. One of the things about this property is that it's not very big. It's only about 1,100 square feet. So, excuse me, it's only about 1,000 square feet rather. So only 1,000 square feet. So I decided to put some upgrades, which is why we put the stainless in here, which is why we did the backsplash. Just some nice upgrades to really make the property pop. I think this is a good property for somebody who's just starting out. And then also you can see that that's the stainless steel refrigerator as well, the side-by-side ice maker and all that good stuff. So really a lot of the work here was put into the kitchen. I know in one of my previous projects that we were looking at doing a flip on, we didn't put a lot into the kitchen. So in this one, I decided to go ahead and put more in, and hopefully that gives us a nice return on what we did here. All right, so here we're walking our way through. We're gonna check out the bedrooms real quick. This is it's got 3 bedrooms in it. One of the drawbacks though is that the bedrooms are pretty small. The house again is only 1,000 square feet, but here is probably the biggest bedroom. I put brand new carpet in, repainted everything, and this is actually one of the bigger bedrooms. So you can see it's not a huge space. But then we work our way back around, down through the hallway. There's the bathroom at the end. We'll see that here in a second. Here is the kind of middle bedroom. You can see just that wall space is not a very big space. But I did put new lighting in, new ceiling registers for the HVAC system and whatnot. And then here is the 3rd bedroom. So again, these are not really big. I think this house is perfect for, like I mentioned, somebody starting out or somebody looking to downsize. All right, so here's the bathroom. I did replace the vanity, put a nice mirror in there and the lighting, as well as replace the exhaust fan up top. And then as far as the bathtub goes, the tub itself was in good shape, so we didn't have to replace that. The surround was also in excellent shape, so we kept that. I was actually able to keep the shower hardware too, so that was in pretty good shape. And the toilet, that had to go though. So we replaced the toilet, put some new hardware in here, just to, toilet paper, that kind of stuff, kind of dressed it up just to make it kind of modern and have it looking good in the bathroom. All right, so this is the backyard area. This lot actually goes a lot further back than the fence itself goes, but you can see kind of we had to replace some of the pickets. We had a tree that had fallen in the back and took out a good section of the fence. So we did have to repair that. That side piece is the neighbor's fence, so we didn't touch that part. But again, the lot is a good sized lot. It goes all the way back. And then here, that's our air handler, our AC unit rather. And then here we got the utility room. So in this utility room, there is a washer dryer hookup. Right now it's just a washing machine in here. We're gonna let our buyer get their own dryer, probably get their own washing machine too. But this is just a nice little utility room. They can wash and dry clothes and all that kind of stuff. One of the drawbacks though is that it's outside. So you gotta kind of go outside to get to it. But you do have washer dryer hookups in the house. So, but all in all, good project. I'm glad to see it kind of wrapping up. I'll let you know how it goes with the tenant buyer, but we're looking for them now. There are lots of folks out there who want to buy a house but can't really qualify with a bank. So I am solving that problem as well, providing good housing to somebody who needs it. So I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Hope you like the walkthrough. Hope you like the house. If you got questions, you got comments, make sure you drop them in the comment section. If you haven't done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. I appreciate your support. Appreciate you guys tuning in today. And God bless you. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.